Welcome back to Car Wow 787, where trucking isn't just a job, it's a way of life. If you love torque, chrome, long hoods, and the hum of a big diesel hauling down I-80, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss another drop of trucking wisdom. Let's roll. Today's spotlight is on a true American legend, the 2026 Kenworth W900B Legendary Edition. A truck that carries the soul of the open road with it. But instead of just talking about the chassis, we're going head-to-head with the concept, the full semi-truck experience versus just the diesel engine. Because there's power in the motor, but the story of trucking is told by the whole rig. Let's start with the W900B itself. You can't mistake it for anything else. The long nose, square lines, dual stacks, deep front fenders, and bold chrome. This is a truck that refuses to blend in. In 2026, Kenworth doubled down on the legacy. They didn't try to over-modernize the design. Instead, they refined what already worked. The Legendary Edition comes with hand-finished stainless trim, special badging, and that unmistakable grille that tells everyone exactly what you're driving. This isn't just a pretty face. Underneath the hood, you'll find either a Paycar MX-13 or a Cummins X15 depending on how you spec it. Both options give you north of 500 horsepower, but what really matters is torque. With ratings in the 1,850 to 2,050 lb-ft range, this truck doesn't care what you're hauling, it just keeps pulling. Paired with an Eaton Fuller 18-speed or an automated 12-speed, the drivetrain is solid, proven, and ready for the long haul. But here's where the comparison gets real. Because when you talk about just a diesel engine, say, a standalone Detroit or Cummins, you're talking about a component. It's raw power. It's engineering. It's essential. But it's not the truck. It doesn't give you the cab, the comfort, the visibility, the road presence, or the emotional connection drivers feel behind the wheel of something like a W900B. Diesel engines, especially the big names like the Cummins ISX15 or the Detroit DD15, are marvels of modern engineering. They've got variable geometry turbos, smart fuel systems, electronic engine management, and incredibly efficient emissions controls. They're built to be reliable, powerful, and compliant with every EPA mandate that's been thrown at the industry. You can spec one of these engines into dozens of different truck brands and chassis. They're modular, customizable, and supported by huge dealer networks. But here's the difference. An engine might power the truck, but it doesn't define the personality of the ride. The Kenworth W900B, that's personality in steel and paint. It's a truck built for the driver who wants to be proud of what they roll in. From the dual round headlights to the polished tank skirts, it's a rig that commands attention whether it's parked at the Petro or pushing through a storm in the Rockies. Step inside the W900B Legendary and you get that classic driver-first layout. Big analog gauges, real toggle switches, a sleeper that doesn't feel like a plastic afterthought. Everything about the cab reminds you this isn't a fleet spec truck, it's a driver's truck. It's meant for the owner-operator who's building a legacy. It doesn't just haul freight, it hauls pride, comfort, and a sense of identity. Now, of course, we can't dismiss what diesel engines bring to the table. They're the heartbeat. Without them, the truck doesn't move. And today's engines are smarter, cleaner, and more efficient than ever before. Remote diagnostics, predictive maintenance, over-the-air updates, all of that reduces downtime and gives both fleets and independents an edge. Engines are lasting longer than ever too, with B50 ratings hitting the million-mile mark. If you take care of them, they'll reward you with consistency and endurance. But that's the catch. When you focus only on the engine, you're missing the experience. A diesel engine in isolation is just that, a motor. It doesn't give you the sensation of climbing into a W900B cab at dawn. It doesn't deliver the thrum of 500 horses coming to life under a 130-inch hood. It doesn't give you that feeling when you see people turn their heads at a truck stop, knowing they're admiring a piece of American trucking history. The W900B is the total package. Sure, it's not the most aerodynamic. It's not built to win fuel economy contests. But for the driver who puts pride above price per gallon, who values heritage and image, who wants to be seen and remembered, the W900B is irreplaceable. It's not just a means of moving freight from point A to point B. It's part of a lifestyle, a passion, and a commitment to an industry that still thrives on grit and independence. Maintenance-wise, the W900B is straightforward. Built tough, built simple. And while modern tech is present like digital readouts and improved wiring systems, Kenworth made sure not to overload this rig with too many screens or automation. It's a manual truck. Even if you spec the automatic, the soul of this machine is mechanical, not digital. You feel every shift. You hear every rev, contrast that to a diesel engine spec. When you're just selecting an engine, you're thinking performance stats, torque curves, RPM ranges, emissions compliance. That's great, but there's no pride in looking at a spec sheet. There's pride in polishing chrome and hearing that engine echo through a canyon with a load on your back and a logbook full of miles ahead. Some might argue that an engine is more important because it does the actual work, and there's truth in that. But when you're spending 10 to 12 hours a day in a truck, it's not just about power. It's about comfort, visibility, ease of access to gauges, storage space, climate control, ride quality. The W900B is a truck built for those realities, not just the numbers under the hood. And let's talk about resale. A good diesel engine holds value, but a well-maintained W900B, that's an investment. These trucks aren't being made in mass quantities. They're spec built, and they hold their value because they're wanted. Buyers know what they're getting, and they know what it's worth. You don't sell a W900B, you pass it down, trade it up, or rebuild it for the next million miles. Whether you're pulling reefer, flatbed, or tanker, this truck is adaptable. It may not be as lightweight as an aero model, but the W900B makes up for it in strength, durability, and driver satisfaction. You're not just driving, you're commanding a presence on the highway. Other drivers respect it. Shippers notice it. It's not just transportation, it's a calling card. In the end, comparing a diesel engine to a full Kenworth W900B is like comparing a heart to a full body. One can't live without the other, but the whole package is what gives it meaning. You can have the strongest engine in the world, but without a truck like the W900B wrapped around it, you're missing the story. You're missing the feel. You're missing the legend. That's what this truck is all about: the legacy of the road, the pride of the long hood, the roar of diesel under load, and the identity of being more than just another rig in the lane. It's a celebration of everything that made American trucking great and still does. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Are you the kind of driver who would spec out just the engine, or are you all in for the total experience with a rig like the W900B? We want to hear your stories, your builds, your opinions. Thanks for riding along with us. If you found this breakdown helpful or just love trucks as much as we do, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We're dropping new content every week, from classic rigs to modern builds, tech breakdowns, driver interviews, and everything that makes life on the road what it is. Keep your chrome shining, your stacks high, and your diesel clean. We'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay proud, and keep it between the lines.